No light meter, I'm not underexposed, I am half Sri Lankan. Hey everyone, my name is Jillian and welcome to Frizzbiscuit. Today, I'm just really tired. Which is why this video has absolutely no kind of structure. Why am I so tired, you ask? Books. I keep deciding that reading books till 3 in the morning is a better idea than, say, sleeping in that time. Books are cool, books are awesome, you should all read more books because they are nice. The books that I've been spending all night reading. The Mistborn series by Brandon Sanderson. There's this one, and there's this one, and there's this one, which I am currently reading at the moment. So good. But this is the first one, The Final Empire. The reason it's so awesome is that it's a fantasy series, where the main plot point is not a romantic relationship. Oh my god, hold the press. It's kind of renewed my faith in fantasy because for a while I was only reading what is now a separate genre, paranormal romance. I'm not even kidding you, I went into a bookshop and that was one of the genres listed on the wall. There's a white fan. So I was literally vlogging about books right when the postman came and delivered more books. That is me covering my address so you can't stalk me. We have Chris and Bridge to Terabithia, which I have never actually read, but I really want to read because the movie makes me cry every single time. I'm liking the fact that this is quite a skinny book. This is only 163 pages. That'll be refreshing to read after reading this. Also, this book kind of crushed my sunglasses in my handbag, so now I have no sunglasses, which if you've been in Australia during the hot months, which is most of them, without sunglasses you will be blinded by light, which is not very helpful when you're driving and other people's lives depend on you being able to see where the hell you're going. Oh, I love the smell of fresh pages. Actually, they're a little dusty. Anyway, back to Mistborn. I had no idea who Brandon Sanderson was until they picked this book for book club last year. And let me tell you, I'm so glad they did because this book has renewed my faith in fantasy. I think I've already said that, but really it has. Amazing plot, amazing universe, amazing characters, and I just want to hug this book so much. Did I mention I'm a little sleep deprived? I'm a little sleep deprived. Let me tell you, these are not books that are going to be forgotten. The magic system is just really cool and really different. Basically, there are certain people called allomancers who have the ability to ingest certain metals and then burn them within themselves. And that can make them have all sorts of special abilities. But if you get the wrong metal or the wrong alloy of the metal and you try to burn it, it will make you very ill or kill you. And certain people can only burn certain metals. You normally only get one unless you are Mistborn, which means you can burn all the metals. It's epic. This is an epic fantasy series in the most literal meaning of the word epic. And did I mention the plot twists? So many plot twists. I keep thinking that, oh, you know, the sequel won't be as good, but you know, this book made me cry. I think this book did too. This book hasn't made me cry yet, but I'm only 498 pages in out of 700 and something. It has been a privilege to have my heart broken by this series. I should probably tell you a little about the plot of these books. An epic fantasy, a bestseller in the US, an international sensation. The mists rule the night. The Lord Ruler owns the world. For 1,000 years the ash fell. For 1,000 years the Scar lived in misery and lived in fear. For 1,000 years the Lord Ruler reigned with absolute power and ultimate terror, divinely invincible. Every attempted revolt has failed miserably, yet somehow hope survives. A new kind of uprising is being planned, one that depends on the cunning of a brilliant criminal mastermind and the courage of an unlikely heroine, a Scar street urchin who must learn to master allomancy, the power of a Mistborn. What if the prophesized hero had failed to defeat the Dark Lord? The answer will be found in the Mistborn trilogy, a saga of surprises that begins here. Highly recommended to anyone hungry for a good read. Well, let me tell you, I was hungry, and my appetite has been satisfied. Or it will be once I get to the end of the book. I'm so close. Basically, it's set in a society where the mists come out at night and ash is constantly falling from the sky, the sun is red, the plants are brown, but that's just the way it's been for a very long time. The entire civilization is ruled by the Lord Ruler, who is their king, their emperor, and their god. He has divine power that nobody seems to understand how he is so strong, and the priests of the religion that serves the Lord Ruler is super creepy. They have all these tattoos around their eyes and giant metal spikes sticking out of the back of their heads through their eyes. They can still somehow interact with the world as though they can see it. And there's this great cultural divide between the noblemen and the Scar, who are basically the peasants. And the book basically follows the adventures of one girl called Vin, who is the Scar street urchin, and it basically follows her as she discovers she's an allomancer, and then shenanigans ensue, and by shenanigans I mean massive revolts and trying to overturn the government, and death, and violence, and action and a little bit of romance and amazing characterization. And did I mention the plot twists? So many plot twists! That's what's been keeping me up at night. In the wise words of Tiger Monkey, read this. I am aware of the fact that I have a problem when it comes to buying too many books for both my bookshelves and my bank account to handle, but having too many books is better than the alternative, which is not having enough books. Could be addicted to drugs or alcohol, but instead I have paperbacks, and that's perfectly fine with me. If you like my video, like it, subscribe, and comment down below. If you've read Mistborn and you like the books, then tell me down below. If you know any other books that you think I'll like, tell me down below. I've also got a link to my Goodreads account down below. Oh, my battery's about to die. That's all, folks. Bye! Also, bonus nerd points to you if you can identify every single one of the Whedonverse women who are currently on my chest. Okay, that's really all, folks.